Good morning and welcome to One World Spiritual Center online gathering. Thank you all for tuning in, especially if this is your first time with us. We are so happy and pleased you found One World and grateful for your decision to spend time with us. This is Labor Day weekend, and I want to say how much I appreciate all the dedicated hours the family of One World share with each other and the world around us. And our gratitude extends to all the working people of the world, especially those who keep us safe in the many life-threatening emergencies challenging us every day. Whether acknowledged or not, all those who labor in this world keep our planet going, sometimes in ways we don't even know about or rarely think about. Our love, appreciation, and gratitude go out to you all. Thank you. Today, we begin our new series of talks for the month entitled It's Never Too Late. During this month, we will take a new look at the possibilities life offers us every day. To begin the series, our guest speaker, Marylou Palmer, reminds us it is never too late to love and move into a world of unlimited possibilities. Reverend Linda Went is here to engage us in prayer time, and Reverend Rebecca Johnson will offer a blessing for our children as we celebrate the community we are here at One World. And of course, we will have the opportunity to celebrate as we enjoy our wonderful One World musicians led by Asha Lightbearer. We appreciate your willingness to be here with us for this celebration of life, family, and good friends. Right now, I invite you to relax wherever you are. Settle in and bring your awareness to this moment when the cares of your personal life and the world can be laid aside for just a while. We are grateful for this respite from chaos as we slip into the peace and calm of the present moment. Let your heart and mind rest in the sacred space of your inner being. Take a breath. And I offer you this opening prayer called Peace Within by Saint Therese of Lisieux and Saint Teresa of Avila. May today there be peace within. May you trust God that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be confident knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each of us and every one of us. And so it is, and so we say, Amen. Now, please allow your soul the freedom to sing as you enjoy this gift passed on to us with love from our One World band.
Love, 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 love. The answer in one word is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. The answer in one word is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love, love, love. Again. Love, 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 love. The answer in one word is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. The answer in one word is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. The answer in one word is love. Love your
morning. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Today, once again, I will be doing the prayer piece of our service, and you will see others also doing different pieces of the service. Melanie she is still taking care of Nick as he recovers from his spinal surgery this last week. So we are hopefully giving Melanie a kind of a break that she needs just to be able to focus on him and what he needs. I will say that Melanie will be back next week to do the talk. We'll probably have other people in doing other pieces of the service, but she will be doing the talk next week. And now just to give an update on Nick, he is doing very well. He is getting better and better each day. This next Tuesday, we'll keep him in our prayers as he will have his stitches removed from his back. I'm sure that will help him feel much better, as I know that is uncomfortable right now for him. And I wanted to tell you a funny story about what happened last week after our service. After our service, I had called Melanie, and we were talking, and Nick was right there, of course, and she proceeded to tell Nick, well, you know, the One World, they prayed for you today, and they're hoping that you get better and stuff. And so it ended up that either Melanie or Nick, I'm not sure which one, requested that maybe Linda would pray with him. And so I said, sure. So I proceeded to pray, and he was very quiet on the other end, so I kind of stopped when I thought I might be done, but he didn't say anything more, so I continued to pray some more and stopped again, and he didn't say anything, so I continued to pray some more, and then finally I stopped, and I thought, well, I think that's enough. He said, well, thank you, that was nice, but a card would have been better. So Melanie and I just cracked up over that and thought that was funny, and I just wanted to share that. So never underestimate the value of a card. So Nick, today I have a card for you, and it says, we wish you well, get better soon. How about that? All right. So today, what I wanted to do is, it seems like in today's world, whatever topic we talk about is just fully charged. We have friends on, everything has two sides. We have friends on one side and we're on the other side, or vice versa. And it seems like every topic is divided, but the sole piece, what we have together is our relationships. And sometimes that divides us through the topic. So what I wanted to do is read to you a piece out of the book The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie, and it talks about relationships, and so I wanted to read this for us today. So there is a gift for us in every relationship that comes our way. Sometimes the gift is a behavior we're learning to acquire, like detachment or self-esteem, becoming confident, enough to set a boundary, or owning our power in another way, or just sometimes being better. Some relationships trigger healing in us, healing from issues of the past or an issue we're facing today. Sometimes we find ourselves learning the most important lessons from the people we least expect to help us. Relationships may teach us about loving ourselves or someone else, or maybe we'll learn to let ourselves love us. Sometimes we aren't certain what lessons we're learning, especially while we're in the midst of the process. But we can trust that the lesson and the gifts are there. We don't have to control this process. We'll understand when it's time. We can also trust that the gift is precisely what we need. So let's affirm today that today I'll be grateful for all my relationships. I will open myself to the lesson and the gift from each person in my life. I will trust that I, too, am a gift in other people's lives. And I hope you can carry that with you during this holiday weekend and into next week. Thanks again for being with us today.
So this is a song about love in action. When your soul feels the passion rises up in the magic, and when your joy overflows and you're filled with compassion, that's love. That's love. What you see and what you learn, that's not the ultimate concern. It's what you choose to think to be. I feel the truth that sets you free. That's love. Yeah, that's love. Allow it to flow. Go ahead and get out the way. Let your night turn into day. Allow love to take control. It's somehow what moves your soul, yeah. What moves your soul, alright. That's love, oh yeah. That's love. When you offer forgiveness and let go of resistance, when you seek to understand and you lend a helping hand, yeah. That's love, alright. Allow it to bloom. Go ahead and get out the way. Tonight turn into day. Allow love to take control. It's somehow what moves your soul, yeah. What moves your soul, alright. That's love, oh yeah. That's love. Oh, it's the reason for living here. It's why you deserve it all. Oh, it's receiving and it's giving. Listen now. Can you hear the call? That's love, baby. That's love. That's love.
Good morning, friends. Our topic today is how to develop peace of mind and heart so that we can live well. This process of developing peace of mind and heart comes out of finding meaning and purpose in our life, meaning and purpose in the larger picture of life, meaning and purpose on how we can contribute to life. Now, after I set the topic of my lesson today, I've discovered all hell broke loose. I've been watching the news. I've been listening to the weather. I've been seeing tragic examples of how our paradigm, how the way things are supposed to work is falling apart. And so in this falling apart process, we all are struggling to find meaning and purpose and the courage to confront what's really happening. Now my topic, the title of my talk is, It's Never Too Late to Love. And I know that for some individuals whose lives are gone from this plane, it is too late. And for others, they feel hopeless and helpless and have written it off as too late. But I want to say it's never too late to start finding and cultivating the love in yourself and your love for others. When I was in seminary, one of my teachers, Reverend Janet, said that she had come up with a value system. It's actually a definition of what love was. It really was on a t-shirt that I still have. And it's, let's obviously value everyone. When we obviously value everyone, we're loving them. We're extending the love that we are to them. But what if we really valued the folks that are being hit worse by the storms this week? What would we do differently if we really valued them and their opinions and their ways and all of that? Would we not want to do something different? But John Lewis, the former U.S. representative from Georgia, in his outstanding book, Call of Courage, says that revolutions in this consciousness will only happen when it starts on the inside, when we start valuing ourselves, what's important to us. And when we value ourselves and what's important to us, then we can see it, find it, develop it, expand it, and engage with the values of others. So I found this longevity article. It was by Sergey Young on how to develop valuing for ourselves. Because valuing is all about longevity. It's about how to value our vitality, our instrument in this world. His suggestions were getting enough sleep. If we're not getting enough sleep, then we're not using our superpower of clear mind, rest, and rejuvenation of the body. Seeking medical and following medical advice early and often. Following through on best practices for how to take care of our bodies. The next point that he made was about using our food as medicine. Instead of taking a pill to correct a problem, what is it environmentally that we need to shift, to change, using our food that will help to nourish us in ways that truly is life-sustaining? And his fourth thing was cultivating peace of mind and heart through finding meaning and purpose. And I went, yes, that's how we live well, is when we find that meaning and purpose, when we find the value of things, when we start experiencing that value for ourselves and other people. I was talking with a friend this week and I said, well, what does it mean to you to obviously value other people? And he took a little while to come back with that. But he said it's the small things that we do for people. It's those kindnesses that we extend to people. And I noticed one of the things that he was doing was he brought treats to pass out to all the flight attendants and the people that he saw as they were doing their job in the airport. And I'm like, well, that's a valuing, that's a kindness. And I said, you know, my mother used to do that. Or actually, we used to do it with my mother. She went into assisted living when she was late 80s. And somehow she ended up asking for chocolates. And I'm like, really? You don't eat chocolate? She said, no, but the staff here does. And I have found that when I have a chocolate treat to share with the people who come to visit me, the people who come to clean my room or help me to get to the bathroom, I get a lot more attention. And they're happier and I'm happier. So let's make sure I always have chocolates. Now, when she was doing that, it wasn't a bribe. It was, I value you. I know that you could use a little bit of sugar pick-me-up. That valuing, that extending of herself. I remember another time, there was somebody who she particularly liked at her assisted living, and she slipped them a $5 bill and said, on your vacation, I want you to have an ice cream and think about me. She'd love to do that. That would be so much fun to be able to say, well, this is Katie Palmer's $5 ice cream. That valuing, that extending of oneself makes all the difference. So how can we value others? How can we support others in their well-being? Well, value comes with a whole range of words, none of which is the traditional love. But valuing others means acknowledging their points of view, appreciating who they are and how they show up in the world. It's about believing what they say. It's about celebrating and consoling them. It's about connecting with what's going on for them outside of what's going on for me. It's about defending them when they need to and engaging them, encouraging them, elevating, expecting the good for them. It's about having the hope for the good and looking for it and helping them to find that good. It's about feeding them. There's a company called Pensy Spices who is engaging in political discourse through feeding people, about cooks and having the spice of life being quality and goodness and joy, all the American values that they can have. So in that feeding of others, making a difference, being gracious when somebody holds the door for you or gets out of your way or helps you with a package, being gracious and saying thank you. That's a value of people. Maybe it's hugs and handshakes or elbow knocking, I don't know. Or maybe it's a namaste. It's a recognition of somebody. It's experiencing interest in what goes on for them. It's joining with them in their own pursuit of justice. It's about knowing and letting. It's about sending messages, whether it's thoughts or prayers or little notes that we write or send a message through Messenger. It doesn't matter. All of those are about valuing them, making a difference in their lives, making a difference in their experience. When we recognize, relate, see, hear, and understand what's going on for them. All of that is involved with valuing, trusting, testing out our understanding. Do we understand what you were just trying to tell me? It's verifying that we understood completely and verifying the assumptions that we're making about it. All of that is about seeking to value one another. It's the small things. It's the small things in life that makes our life worth living. It's about giving to others in the same quality and quantity and caring and compassion that we care about ourselves. I'm involved with a program called Nonviolent Communication. And in that, it's about listening beyond what the strategies or the opinions are. It's listening to what feelings are going on for people. It's listening beyond that to not only see what they're feeling, but what needs are they trying to get met? What are their struggles with what's alive for them? Because when we see and feel and engage in that lower level of trying to have clean clothes, having a sense of ease, finding a place to sleep, finding a safe haven, all of that is about valuing them. Now, because we talked of feelings and needs so much, it's taking ownership for our own feelings and needs. It's taking ownership and knowing what I'd like to have happen and how you could help me make perhaps in getting those needs met. But the strategy isn't my needs first and foremost, regardless of what's going on for you. It's my needs first and foremost, but not at the sacrifice of another. You see, when we ask for help, we're giving people an opportunity to assist us. That same exchange of energy contributes to meaning and purpose. It contributes to a connection. It connects a value. And in that meaning and purpose and exchange of energy, we're both blessed. Because givers don't get to give unless there's a receiver who receives, and receivers don't get to give in exchange unless they receive. It's a cycle, a process, a giving and receiving, a process of giving love. So, what are the ways that you find meaning and purpose? And in this, find the peace of mind, the peace in your heart, to be able to continue the process of living well and being an example through which love shows up. Being an example, a venue, a vehicle for light to show up. Yesterday evening, we heard from a friend. We hadn't heard from Rick in months, only to find out he was facing 3 different medical appointments on the next 3 days, that he was kind of reaching out to say, help me see the good in this. And that opportunity reminded us of what's important to us as we supported him. That process of giving and receiving is so critically important in this world. It's valuing others. It's valuing ourselves and making the effort to go forward into the future. Because living well is the whole gift of this process. So how do we live well? We live well when we develop meaning and purpose in our lives. In the meaning and purpose of our lives, we contribute to others. So, my friends, the question is, how do you value others? What are you doing to show them that you value them? Whether they're near or far, whether you only get to see them on FaceTime, or if you get to give them a hug, how can you value them more? What are their interests? What are their purposes? How can you contribute in that way? Because it is in the giving and the receiving. Because the giving of it makes our heart expand. And the receiving of it makes our joys complete. So, my dear friends, this week, as you go through your day, how can you live well? Get enough sleep, get advice, follow through on better suggestions than what you've got going on. Eat your food as medicine, as nourishment to your mind, body, and spirit, and cultivate this practice of peace of mind and heart. And then, as you discover what brings joy in your life, deep meaning and purpose, find ways to give that away. Find ways to share, whether it's by baking bread because you love and you got this great sourdough starter and you bake bread and you give them away and you support nonprofits and other good causes through baking bread. Whatever your gift is to this world, there's somebody who's looking for it. Take good care of yourself. And then through taking good care of yourself, you can take care of others.
A poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. It is too late. Ah, nothing is too late. Cato learned Greek at 80. Sophocles wrote his grand Oedipus, and Simonides bore off the prize of verse from his compeers when each had numbered more than 80 years. And Theophrastus, at 80, had begun his characters of men. Chaucer, at Woodstock, with his nightingales, at 60 wrote the Canterbury Tales. Goethe, at Weimar, toiling to the last, completed Faust when 80 years were past. What then? Shall we sit idly down and say, the night has come, it is no longer day? For age is opportunity no less than youth itself, though in another dress. And as the evening twilight fades away, the sky is filled with stars, invisible by day. It is never too late to start doing what is right. Never.
Thank you so much for your ongoing generosity. You can easily donate to One World. Just go to our website, click on the Giving tab at the top, then the Donate link, and then this page will appear. And as you can see, there is a large Donate Now button in the center. That will take you to our giving app called Tithely. Or you can send a check to the address shown in the center of the page. Or you can also give using the PayPal link. Again, thank you so much for your continued generosity and support. We have a couple of announcements for you today. First, are you interested in becoming a board member for One World? Are you passionate about One World and the work that One World does in our community? Are you interested in furthering One World's goals and accomplishments? And are you willing to join in the decision-making with the rest of the One World board and staff? Board elections will be held in October, and you do have to be a member of One World to be on the board. And if you are interested, you can get more details by emailing or calling the number at the bottom of the slide. And next, we hope that you can join us for fellowship right after the service today or any Sunday. You are always welcome. It is just a good way to connect over Zoom for a few minutes before getting on with our day. Hope to see you soon.
Hello all, I am Reverend Rebecca, and I am the Spiritual Director of One World Spiritual Center. This week we are going to talk about forgiveness and how forgiveness makes us more powerful and opens up a whole lot of doors for us as human beings. We're going to talk about we do have forgiveness inside of us and how to share it and how to open up and release all the things that we think we should hold on to. So let's go ahead and bless our children. So let's go ahead. We bless you, We appreciate you, and we thank God for you. Thank you, everyone, and have a blessed Sunday. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Tim Rainey, and I'm a member of One World as well as the president of its Board of Trustees. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. If this is your first visit with us, or if you just want to find out more information, please send an email to info@oneworldspiritualcenter.net, and we'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Again, thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Hit it, boys. Let there be peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. Peace. I understand for peace. Let there be love. Love. I understand for love. Let there be joy. Joy. I understand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. All right. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you next time, same place, same time.